Hey everyone, welcome to part 5 of my Expanding the Sound Studio series. In this series, we're building up a rack module by module, and I'll be showing off what each one does and what your rack can sound like at each stage in the buildup. So we've already talked about having a case with a power supply. We've added an effects module and a mixer. And the third module that we're gonna add is Pam's Pro Workout. This is a fairly well-known module, and for good reason. It's really awesome, it's super useful, it can do all kinds of different things. I've already made a few videos with it, including a full tutorial and walkthrough, and using it with the DFAM. There's just so much that it can do. At its core though, it basically is clock modulation. So this is gonna add a bunch of new modulation sources to our sound studio. And that's what I'm gonna show you here today. Now this isn't gonna be a deep dive tutorial because it would be a really long video, and I've kind of already made some of those videos. So if you're interested, you can go back and watch those. I'll put links in the description and everything. This video is merely gonna be a taste of what you can do. So I've got a patch dialed up on the sound studio. We're gonna hook up Pam's and we're gonna make it modulate all kinds of different things. Make sure you like and subscribe though, so you know when I get a new video out, and let's head over to the sound studio. All right, so as I said in the intro, I've already got a whole bunch of things already programmed in, but I'm just gonna walk you through and we're gonna build up the patch so you can hear how it changes over time. So the first thing I wanna point out is that I've actually had a lot of trouble syncing up all three synths. So I know I've done tons of videos, tons of jam videos, but I can't even tell you how many times I hit run stop on the mother and there's a little stutter step. I've even used my oscilloscope to prove that I'm not actually crazy and that it's actually happening. And I've contacted Moog, who said that that's not a known issue and wouldn't resolve it. Basically what happens sometimes is when I hit run stop, there'll be a quick double trigger coming out of the assign. So rather than things being smooth, the DFAM will actually essentially be starting on 2 and everything will just kind of be out of alignment. It probably happens maybe 30% of the time. So in a studio setting or just making these videos, it's not the end of the world. However, if I was playing live and had to stop and start a couple of times, that would be really annoying. So I don't know if other people are having that problem, but I certainly am. So Pam's actually just quite simply in its basic form, being a start and stop module for me has been really, really, really helpful. So that's where I'm going to start this patch, is I'm actually going to have Pam's be controlling all three synths. I'm going to go out of number 1 and go to the run stop of the mother, go out of number 2 into the advanced clock of the DFAM, and we'll go out of number 3 and into the clock of the subharmonicon. So now when I hit start stop, we'll hear all three synths go. So that's the patch that I've got going. It's cool, it sounds all right, but really what makes modular and what makes the sound studio really sing is when you start modulating things. We're gonna use the other 5 outputs to modulate different sources within the sound studio. So let's start off with the cutoff of the mother. So I'm gonna come out of output number 4 and we'll go into the cutoff. Let me rewind back to the other outputs. I don't know if you noticed in there, but there was a subtle swing. I had trouble getting a swing I really liked out of the mother. Pam's does it great. And to get to that, all you have to do it individually for each output. But in number 1, for instance, this is what's controlling the mother. If you hold it down and go over to flex options, you can click swing. You can control the amount of swing. 25% is a value that I really like. And if you hold the yellow button, you can go to 2 and 3. And so notice I have them all set to the same swing. So that's just another kind of added benefit to Pam's Pro Workout. I really like their swing function. I like the feel of it. But let's go back to number 4. Now, so number 4, what I'm doing here is I'm going to be sending a nice kind of upward curve for the cutoff. I set the modifier to be divided by 8. So that means that this is going to be going really, really slow. And so you can hear it now. If I set the cutoff fairly low, let's just go ahead and play it with it going into the cutoff. Actually, I'm going to turn down everything but the mother. And if we slide our oscilloscope over, just so we can get a picture of it, that's why we use oscilloscopes. I'm going to hit play without us hearing anything. That's what the cutoff is going to look like. Pretty cool. Actually, let me go ahead and play. Nice. So that's going to be just one modulation source, and it's not going to have a huge impact right away, but let's hear it all together. Actually does kind of have a pretty big impact already. So that's going to be one modulation source. Let's keep going with the cutoffs. We'll have them all going at different rates. If they all go at different rates, I'll create a really nice effect. It'll go in and out. So let's try something different. Let's head over to number 5. So I'm going to hold down the yellow button. And for number 5, I have it set to this stepped random voltage. So let's take a look at what that looks like in the oscilloscope. And this is what will be happening. It's going into the cutoff of the sub. Right now, let's see what I have it set at. So it's only at a level of 36, so it's not going to have a big dramatic impact. Let's go ahead and turn that up just so you can really hear what it sounds like. I mean, that's kind of cool too. You know what? Let's just go ahead and leave it like that for now. That sounds kind of neat. We might tone it down a notch once we start getting some other stuff in there, but right now it sounds pretty cool. Let's take one of the patch points that I highlighted in my video of Pam's pre-workout with the DFAM was taking an output out and going to the noise level, because that's super cool with the DFAM to have it all be kind of clock synced together. So let's take a look how I set up the modulation for output number 6. So it's going all the way up. Actually, let's take a look in the oscilloscope, because that's what oscilloscopes do. They help us visualize these things. So this will be output number 6. So it's all the way up, and this is what its shape's going to be. And you know what, as that was going, I was thinking it might be nice to have those kind of spaced out. So let's put that in. We could actually, let's use this. Let's lower the probability to something pretty low, like 30%. Let's just listen to the DFAM. It's cool with this type of swinging, kind of happy vibe. Like almost sounds like brushes, taking like a jazzy kind of solo. That sounds super cool. Let's leave that like that. Now let's keep modulating things in the DFAM. For output number 7, let's go into the FM modulation. So we'll go over to number 7. This one, this is the shape that I'm using. Let's hear what it sounds like. I'll keep it on just the DFAM for now. You know what? This one might be better if we slow it down. So let's go over here and we'll slow it way down. Here, let's even have this one go over 24 steps. That's cool. It has a really subtle effect, but you can definitely hear it. And as everything's kind of weaving in together, it will sound cool. So, and then let's take a look at what I got going in number 8. So number 8's another slow one. And this one I'm going to send to the VCF mod of the DFAM, which means it's going to be modulating the cutoff. So as we attenuate it with that, it'll go up and down. Now this one, I think I want this one to go at a different rate than the last one, so I'll change it up a little bit. Here, let's make it go longer. We'll go 32 steps. That's going into the oscilloscope. And here it's going to start coming down again. And of course, it's a mixture. The level of the cutoff is really a mixture of where you have your cutoff and how much you have the VCF mod affecting it. I'm going to turn it all the way up for a minute so we can hear it. That actually sounds really cool. Cool, we'll leave it just like that. So let's listen to all 3 together for right now. I'm gonna reset everything. Awesome. So that you can see how there's just so many creative options, so many things you can do. And I didn't even get into like using it to generate sequences. I have another tutorial somewhere out there on how to use that. So definitely dive into Pam's Pro Workout, and it's just a lot of fun. But as you notice, we haven't even used any of the patch bays of the Sound Studio because Pam's has been taking care of all the modulation for us. But now that we have Pam's doing all of this stuff, it kind of frees up some of the modulation that we have already going for us. So let's actually use the triangle of the LFO from the mother, and we can plug that into our mixer. And if we take a look at our oscilloscope, when you play the mother, or actually you don't even need to play it, what we can do is use our mixer as an attenuator. So there's the full blast of the LFO of the mother. And if I turn this down, then it really makes it really subtle. So we can't control how fast it is from here, but we can control how much of that LFO was coming out. So it's just another way you can use your mixer, and you can play it to create weird sort of ebbs and flows and things like that. It's just kind of cool. So let's send that out into the blend of our Cumulus. Now the Cumulus has these Easter eggs, as they call them, these hidden modes, and I just wanted to show those to you. So today we're going to use the looping delay, and you get to it by pressing the mode button and holding it for 5 seconds. Oh, and then this starts flashing. It's already on the third one. So if you hold it, it flashes. You can press it to kind of navigate through the different modes. The first one is the regular mode. This one is a looping delay. So we're going to leave it there, and I'm going to have our LFO modulating the blend knob, so it'll be kind of going in and out, and we can hear what it sounds like. Let's listen to just... So there you have it. I hope you liked that demo. It's definitely worth checking out. In the next video, we're gonna add some drum voices, because while the DFAM is really great, it's a wonderful drum synth, I really like adding a nice kick or maybe some dedicated hi-hats, so that way we can have the DFAM play a more focused role in patches. It's just one idea to kind of expand things, and so that's what I'm gonna show you next time. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you then.